In this video, we will discuss relative, absolute and mixed cell referencing in formulas. Let's start with relative referencing. So for this, I have some data, employee name, salary, expenses and the savings. I can get a saving which I subtract expenses from salary. How do I do that? It's a very simple formula equal to subtract cell B4 minus cell C4 and press enter. If I drag down all the cells, the formula will be copied. And if I just double click on any cell, it shows that it has taken the relative reference, what it was in previously, B4 minus C4. Similarly, I've done now B5 minus C5, B6 minus C6, B7 minus C7, B8 minus B8, and so on. As you go in the horizontal or vertical, the formula gets copied accordingly. So that's we call relative reference. Now understand absolute reference. For this, I have some another data. If you see the name, marks obtained, and the percentage, Sarthak is 80, Deepak 75, Vibhor 85, Mahi 90. Now, if I want to calculate percentage out of 100, so I'll type here equal to cell B4 divided by cell B12 and press enter and drag it. Now, if you can see that 80% is correct, but here you can see that it shows something wrong. Let's find out. If I double click, formula shows that B5 is divided by B13. That means it is taking the relative reference. But I do not want B13. I want cell B12. Now what I can do is I can make cell number B12 as fixed. How do I make it? I'll just keep my cursor at the red corner B12 and press F4 from a keyboard. So once you press F4, the cell is being locked and you can just press enter key and drag down the entire cells and see if there is a 80, I can get 80%, if it is 70, 70%, and so on. Let's see what is the function copied. You see here that it is B4 by B12, B5 by B12, B6 by B12, and so on. This cell I have made as fixed. So this $B and $12 is known as absolute reference. Let's see the next one, which we call mixed referencing. For showing mixed referencing, I have a small table. Now I'm going to copy this information and remove these numbers because instead of these numbers, I want to see percentages here. And that percentage is going to be the value in quarter 1 divided by the total of sales. For that, we have to do here is relative, absolute, and mixed referencing. Let's test it out. First, I'm going to do equal to B4 divided by F4. Press enter and drag it horizontally. What happens to this? Let's see that it shows C4 divided by G4, but we want C4 divided by F4. It means we have to fix the cell F4. So that we have to use an absolute referencing to fix cell F4. Now I have to again drag horizontally. It is correct. But if I can drag it down, is this correct? No, because here we need percentage of Q4 of profit, operating profit. For this, E6 should be divided by F6. So the part that you want to move shouldn't have a dollar sign. The dollar sign is for the part that you want to be fixed. So right here, we want the column F to be fixed, but we want the row 456 can move. This means that it stays with F. And I'm going to remove dollar from rows. Press enter and drag entire cells. You can check that your formula referencing is correct. So in this case, it's dividing E6 by F6, which is correct. All this is called mixed referencing. That's how you can use absolute, relative, and mixed cell referencing in Excel